Hello, everybody. As you can tell by my eyes, I'm in a very good heart chakra based loving mood today. So I will share with you a realization. They come to me one after the other. There's so many it's hard to keep track of. I've already advanced so much. How this universe was born. I want you to consider another example first. The union between a man and a woman. What does a union mean? What does it mean to become one? It means to create a life form that is the union of the male and the female. It is the sperm entering the egg. Visualize that in your mind. But what happens once the sperm is inside the egg? And by the way, that sperm, that initial form, the tree of life. Because in that sperm is contained all the information necessary for how that universe, the egg, should evolve. That is why father is dictator and mother is matriarch. Father dictates law, mother protects. She's the womb, she's the Vesica Pisces. Father is the lightning rod. He's the staff. He's the caduceus. Father is what's right and what is wrong. Father is the law. Divine universal law. That is the code that is part of the initial sperm inherited by the owner, the father of, well, keep in mind, within this universe, it's just one egg. The creator of this universe, creators of this universe, or the sperm of something bigger than the universe, male, and the egg was something bigger than this universe, female. It is the essence of the father Pontus, the old man of the sea, and the essence of the mother Tiamat. Tiamat, the woman of the sea. The universe, which is the fertilized egg, what happens once an egg is fertilized? Cell division. Once, twice, how many times? But in the beginning, it was intelligent, programmed creation. When a sperm enters an egg, it enters the egg with 100% of what it has to do only. That's it. It has a mission. That's it. It completes the mission, which is to start the process of cell division based on the genetic code that it introduced in the home, the womb, the Vesica Pisces. So when you apply the same principle to our whole universe, you will understand everything. It's the same thing. Just like we do it, so did the universe do it. But to do it at a universal level, you have to have reached God consciousness level. So, within this universe, there are 12 dimensions overlapping. They're all present in the same place at the same time because all is within the cosmic egg known as Tiamat. Here, Earth, this mythology says, Earth is a fragment of the total Tiamat, a bigger, much more beautiful planet. Well, just like on Earth, there used to be the process known as Pangea, or rather, the one supercontinent which split. So did Tiamat. Doesn't mean it was destroyed. That's all I have access to for now regarding that topic. Anyway, 12 dimensions overlapping. So the torus of the universe is more of a dodecahedron. Now, you cannot go above 12. No one can. And from 12, everyone goes lower. And from 1, very hard. You can go all the way up to not 12. 3. So if you start at 1, you go to 2, you end up at 3, you stay at 3, maybe go back to 2 or 1, who knows. If you start at dimension 12, you're not affected by anything. You're just there. You're so far removed from everything else, nothing matters. If you start at 11, you may aim for 12, or you may aim for dimensions below where you started, because anything below means you have godlike power. And this is where stories such as Thanatos is born. Those who have tremendous power to begin with, because they were early on in the fractalization process, or the splitting of the cells from the original Pontus and Tiamat. And somehow they think they're big bad boys. Boys. It's always boys. It's always a fight for power by the patriarch or the fractalization of the patriarch. It's never the female. The woman wants to protect. How many fathers have killed their sons, and how many sons have killed their powers in the struggle for power throughout the history of humankind? The patriarch. See? Power. Rarely is it the woman. It's like statistically non-existent. And I didn't even have to look at any information to notice. It's just information flowing to me from a higher dimension of myself. I like to think now that I am 5th dimensional in thinking. So, I entered this world just like everybody else, stuck in the 3rd dimension. Meaning what? I cannot visualize, I cannot see beyond what my eyes open could see and what my ears could hear and nose could smell and hands could touch. But then I became aware of the 4th dimension, the existence of another realm where it's only souls. Well, that's not exactly accurate anymore. The fourth dimension is just this dimension with another dimension added. We are just invisible. Sorry, not invisible. We are just blind to this dimension. Therefore, it is invisible to us. You may know it as when there's shows like Ghost Hunters or paranormal investigations, that kind of stuff, and they're recording kinds of spooky lights or shadows or voices or noises. That's the fourth dimension. It's all around us. It's just that some spots are like the bad part of town. I actually saw a shadow figure about 10 years ago when I was working at a warehouse, 100 years old, where people died in the past because of the toxic chemicals. I saw this. Yeah. I have never in my life felt fear like I felt when I saw that shadow. The fear that instantly filled me was just wow. At the same time, that same experience taught me, wow, such things exist out there. They emit that much fear, and this is where seeing anime helped me all my life, especially the show Bleach. And a specific character named Kenpachi Zaraki, who has tremendous power. He's a soul reaper, a soul captain. He's practically a guardian of the living world. He has so much power. Most people, when they get close to him, they freeze, literally freeze in place, or pass out, go into a coma, because the energy he emits is so powerful. So when I saw that shadow, and I felt that much fear, I made it my ambition, my mission, my objective afterwards to try to raise my own energy level, my own frequency, my own vibration, similar to how that Zaraki Kenpachi guy does in the show Bleach. To where I may be aware of the presence of a spirit, malevolent or not be affected by it. Fast forward to 10 years later now, yeah, I feel things once in a while. Dark energies, I know they're all around us. But I make you very clear now, you do not F with my personal space, so they do not. You do not interfere with my life. You do not try to manipulate me. You do not try to parasite your way into me. So they don't. The only ones that have a chance at affecting me now are those assholes in some tech room behind a computer monitor typing in some command for some tower or device, smart device, to attack me with certain thoughts or certain instant, what do you call them? Instant impulses. Like you were doing something and all of a sudden, out of the blue, this random thought enters your mind that had nothing to do with anything you were doing, that says, I don't know, I want nachos. So what do? You instantly go get nachos. Where'd the thought come from? Are you sure it was your thought? Because most of the time it ain't. Can you differentiate between your thoughts and introduce thoughts? I can. But even I struggle. I struggle when I'm stressed. I struggle. Well, I'm never stressed anymore. You need to be in control of your mind at all times. Wow, I deviated a lot from the topic. But to conclude, this whole universe is a power play between father figures. And the father figures fought amongst each other to the point they disrupted the entire balance of this universe. Now, this universe, which first has been grown inwards, now has to grow outwards, to evolve, to become a universe among universes. No. An adult universe, which is the combination of Pontus and Tiamat, whose union is named, well, Anunnaki, but they had other kids too. I don't know. What is the name of this universe? I really don't know. I know the creative forces. I don't have that answer yet. The union of Pontus and Tiamat. The two of them together are named. What is the name? So the fifth dimension is understanding that the third dimension, what we can see, see and touch and blah, 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 plus the fourth dimension, the example I gave with the spirit, the dark shadow. The fifth dimension would be understanding that not only the third and the fourth are really working hand in hand in your existence, but also the second, the first, and the fifth. And the fifth is able to take all the information from all the lower dimensions, which is also the memories stored in our DNA, the so-called junk DNA, which we don't really know how to access, but apparently I'm accessing a lot of it tonight. None of it is... I did not plan to talk about this. I am channeling my higher self right now. Wow. So, the fifth dimension is capable of looking at the future by analyzing the past to determine what happens in the moment. And in the moment, you are making a million calculations to come to the best logical decision. It doesn't always work out, but most of the time it does. That's what I do. Fifth dimension is literally your consciousness able to understand and perceive future, past, present at the same time. That's step one, actually. Step two, which I just started doing literally Friday, yesterday morning. Wow, 36 hours ago. Not only understanding and seeing past, present, future, and everything, and possibly affecting your decisions, but also living it. For example, I drive a lot on the weekends, always stuck at lights, traffic. If I didn't have my wow, so much info, but I'm losing the words because I'm also so high. If I didn't have my premonition senses, I would have had many accidents by now this year, at least 5. My premonition senses, and again, my senses evolved a lot after I almost had an accident earlier this year. I parked at a side street off a main street right around the corner, and then I wanted to pull a U-turn to get back to the main street. I signal, I turn on the engine, I look, no car coming. I look back forward. By the time I start moving the car, and I moved it about a foot or two to the left, there was a white Escalade, like literally about to hit me. And I'm like, holy shit, this Escalade was about to hit me, and wow, it would have been bad from every point of view. And then after that, I realized, wait a minute, perhaps I had some guilt too. But at the same time, clearly the person that took the curb was driving way too fast. But in the end, it's not my argument versus that person's argument. In the end, it's what can I do better in the future so that this does not happen again. So in the future, if I have to park around the curb and pull a Yui at some point, I don't park right around the curb. I park about 10 feet further. So that when I pull out and pull a Yui, even if there is a car coming too fast, I have enough time to react. Or they have enough time to react. Right around the corner is just no time. No, it's a split second decision, which is maybe or maybe not. From that person's point of view and from my point of view. From anybody's point of view. It's hard to make the right split second decision. So why even have to worry about it in the first place? Now consider that this is just one, for me, so insignificant example out of thousands of examples daily, probably. And I get this power by being able to control my thoughts. When I smoke weed, it has 2 effects. One, the smart grid, which is always present around us, induces a permanent state of feeling lethargic, depressed, or angry. Some sort of negative emotion. When I smoke weed and I listen to music like reggae, the smart grid loses its power. And I can think clearly. And when I can think clearly, I can also feel clearly. And when I feel clearly, I can connect clearly to the other side. That's all I got right now.